Eric, what was the primary difference between the first half and the second half? Which seems like a question we've asked here before.
Yeah. It happened so fast. I would just say I think they wanted it more. I think you can see, I think they had about 20 more offensive rebounds than us. I think that's where we lost the game on rebounding, and they just had a lot of stick backs. I think I think they wanted it a little more tonight. That's all I could say about that.
Over the last couple of games, it's like 0. Of course, neither team got any fast break points at Ball State. But you only got 2 today. They had 14. Any idea what's going on there?
No, I think that starts with the rebounding. If we can actually get, defensive rebounds, that'll actually lead into transition buckets. We're not getting defensive rebounds. Teams are getting offensive rebounds, second chance stickbacks on us, and I think that's where you see the limited transition points. So I think it starts with the rebound, and that's why we're not having that many transition buckets.
Did you notice anything different scheme-wise as what they did either offensively or defensively in the second half?
Yeah, I think they changed their coverages on the ball screen a little bit more. I personally had a couple looks in the first half, and I penalized them for it, and then I think they made their adjustments. I think we just got to do a better job of making our adjustments. So, kudos to them for doing that and coming out and executing that. But, we just got to execute our stuff, and we got to just want it. I think if we wanted a little bit more, we wouldn't be having these, discussions.
As a senior, what do you do now? I mean, this team's mired in this losing streak. What's the mood of the team like, and what can you do to get it turned around, or at least keep them focused or whatever?
All right. From my position, I think I just have to keep being positive, have faith, have confidence in my ability, and hopefully that'll trickle down. If I show defeat, as the leader of the team, that's going to trickle down to the squad. So I think for me, just staying positive and understanding, even though we're 0-5, I think we're on 8 or 9. I don't remember, losing streak. That is still, we got about 13 games left for MAC, and it's still early. And take care of the little things, because I think we took a few steps back today from Ball State. I thought we were in the right direction going into Ball State, and looking at today, I think we went back a few steps. But you gotta live to fight another day, and just go back to the drawing board and seeing where we can get better. That's all I got.
Coach, we'll go ahead and have you make an opening statement.
Well, first of all, I thought it was a tale of two halves from our perspective, at least as it concerned us. I thought in the first half that we had pretty good energy. Certainly had an opportunity to go into the half up more than 2 points, but yet and still happy that we were able to do that without the services of Giovanni for most of the first half, quite frankly, as he got in early foul trouble. And we made a few shots from 3, and so we had some people that, gave us some production. I thought L.J. Livingston gave us 6 points there in the first half, so that was certainly a help. And then, like I said, we made some threes there in the first half of the game, and, heck, we took 15 of them, so we're 6 of 15, shooting a good percentage from 3. Eric knocked down some. And then in the second half, come out, and, of course, we're up 2, and they jump up and, get a quick lead, which isn't the end of the world. I think I called a timeout there within the first 4 minutes, I believe was the first 4 minutes before the break, and really just trying to get the group settled down and to relax. And, I think, one of my concerns coming into that half was just making sure that G stayed relaxed and not try to get it all back, especially particularly when you miss that many minutes like he did. But, I thought it really came down to not only the fact that they were rebounding the ball on the offensive end, They dominated us on the offensive boards, particularly. But then you start getting confidence, and of course, I thought from probably about the 8-minute mark on in the first half on down until the second half, and maybe a little earlier, we struggled guarding them off the bounce. And it created numerous problems. They were able to get in, drive, and a couple of different times they were able to drop passes off to guys guys sliding over to help. So they were able to do that. They were able to drive and then pitch the ball out, which certainly helps the threes. Then there in the second half, they took advantage of the fact that they hit a few shots and started running some overload actions against our size. Obviously, we had gone to a smaller lineup, just trying to generate some energy. We couldn't get to the press. We were going to try to press there, but we couldn't get to the press because we couldn't make a bucket. You got to make a bucket, and then we did one, and they threw it over the top. There was a mix-up on the back line. I'm not sure. I need to watch the film before I even say that. But they threw it over the top and then scored. And so, at the end of the day, you started running into problem after problem, and, we had some opportunities, there in the second half to maybe slow down their thunder, and we weren't able to do that and take advantage of it. And, it says we're 8 of 10 from the free throw line. It seemed like we missed a lot more than that. And there it is again. We only got to the free throw line 10 times. Shoot 40% from three, which was a welcome sight for us. But, second half, you give up 47 points. That's hard to stomach, and 18 to 35 from the field. But that goes to the fact that they were able to put the ball on the deck and then get in and challenge us. And then there are times their size really affected us on the offensive boards with the lineups that we had. Sorry about that long statement, but
it's okay. How do you get the team to basically stay out of a funk, get them turned around, and maybe just get things back on track? I mean, Eric seemed to think that it was a couple steps back from Ball State.
Well, I think one, obviously there was frustration there, but you look at the first half and you come out and you're right where you want to be, and an opportunity to be at home and to try to close one out. But all I can tell you is that every day you come in and you go to work. That's what happens. You go to work and you continue to fight and get better. And, funk, whatever you want to call it, whatever the term may be. At the end of the day, I think, one of the things that happens is, it's, confidence is a funny thing. You're 2 inches away from being overconfident, and another 2 inches you don't have enough confidence. And so, obviously when you're playing well and you're doing little things, it seems like the abundance of confidence is always there. And then when you're not playing there, it seems like any little thing can affect you and sort of throw it out of whack. And, they made their run, and we just couldn't, seem to find that to hang in there and to get back. And then they make some threes and use another timeout and try to slow it down from there. I think it was about 10 or 11 at that time. I'm not sure of the score, but just trying to, slow down the run and get guys settled and run some actions. And, we just couldn't do it.
Was there any particular focus when they were coming in that you were looking at, for example? Obviously there was a big disparity on the boards, so was that a concern to you, that they were really going to be, offensive or otherwise on the boards? They really looked pretty physical down low.
Well, I think one of the things in watching them in tape is that obviously they can put the ball on the deck and drive the ball. So you knew that, okay, number one. The second thing is, you knew you wanted to keep them out of transition, not let them get in transition an inordinate amount of times, which they seem to do a very good job in transition. But, the board thing really became a major issue in the second half, more so in the first half. In the first half, we were right there. I think they out-rebounded us. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know they out-rebounded us in the first half, but it wasn't something, that was just, a large number that, had you, really panicked and worried. But, you look at where they stretch. And when I talk about the boards, on the offensive end, they get 19. At the end of the day, it's interesting. You look at the numbers, they shoot 51 in the second half, which is too much. They're still at 44 for the game. But you look at the 19 offensive rebounds, and at the end of the day, that's hard to deal with. And, and were they physical, their size, did that affect us? Okay, they're bigger than us, but okay. You still got to work. You still got to get bodies on people, but I thought more of the effect was their ability to drive the ball, and what that does to your defense is it draws so much attention, and it opens up offensive rebounding opportunities when you can get downhill because you're drawing help defense.
Eric had 13 in the first half and Zip in the second. That's not going to happen very much. Do you think he's tired at all? Or?
Well, he does a lot. At the end of the day, 34 minutes is a lot for Eric, particularly because of all the things he does. Their guy, Hamilton, he played 34 minutes, but you think about the ball being in Eric's hand and the things that he has to do. You look at what they did. They had 4 guys in double figures, so it takes some pressure off of their guys. Whereas Giovanni gets in foul trouble. Eric's 34 minutes are like 40. His and Giovanni's every night. There are a lot of minutes, and there are times those guys ask for a breather, and you have to give them a breather. It's just what it is, because particularly for Eric, he's handling and he's doing all of that. So it's a different kind of 34 minutes, and he's not the biggest kid, and he gets hit on and a lot during games, and so I didn't realize that he had 0 in the second half of the game. I knew he struggled. I didn't realize he had 0. I thought for whatever reason I saw him hit a free throw or whatever, but that makes it hard. Eric doesn't score, it's hard. It's hard for us, when Eric's not scoring, G's not scoring. It is what it is.